This is going to be the melee unranked tier list. So this is the tier list of how these usually go and what kind of energy I really get from these people, and how, like, you know, how excited I am to play them. Let's go try hard. Let's go try hard. Fair enough. You run in unranked, right? You get a very try hard vibe from these people. Try hard is also good. This can also be really good, right? You want to play try hard a lot of the time. Fun, frustrating, but or for my own good, for your own good, right? Insane. Stay away from me. And also D, we will call bottomless pit. All right, bottomless. It doesn't fit. What if I type it in low? Bottomless pit. There we go. So we got try hard, fun, and try hard. Notice I'm putting it up here, chat, because at the end of the day, what do we want to do? We want to be good melee players. So when the try hard characters, we should play against these people when we queue up against these people. So Fox we'll just put in try hard, right? I think Fox is easily the most try hard character. Are there a cool Fox or two out there? Yeah, sure. They're out there, you know, and are a lot of people who play Fox great and also down to play for fun, and you know, some names that come to mind, you know, Womp. Love playing Fox Falco with Womp. That's a good time. But they're also like some Foxes, like, you ever play against Iron? I love playing against Iron for my own good, right? For my own good, I like playing against Iron. But that dude, like the way he plays on his box with his fucking super flowchart style, where he'll chain grab you to death every time if the stage is flat enough and there's not enough platforms, you will get jugged, dude. So it's for your own good. It's for my own good that I play against Iron. You know what I mean? But when I play against Womp, you know, it's fun. So of course, all these characters, you know, at the end of the day, it's the player. But I'm just giving you guys my opinion of what I see. And you guys know I play a lot of unranked, and I'm gonna put Fox in tryhard. I think that's fair. Bowser, honestly, bottomless pit. If you play Bowser on unranked, bottomless pit. I think there's probably 2 Bowsers in the world with a genuine, like, I want to be the best Bowser. And there's probably some people that are really just trying to grind their Bowser and get good. But 9 times out of 10, you run into a Bowser, it's some idiot. It might be me. I've done it before too.
Let's go.
You queue up with Bowser and you're like, let me get a win with Bowser. And then, you know, it's Yoshi's story. They're hanging onto the ledge for dear life. And you can't just step on their nails, you know, step on their fingertips as they hang on to the ledge for dear life and then send them into the bottomless pit. Like, you can't do that, unfortunately. You gotta, you know, give respect. The one place Bowser players get respect is when they're on the ledge. You gotta give the Bowser player a little respect when he's on the ledge, because he's gonna get up attack and it's pretty good. And then also in shield, like, you can't, you know, jump on their shield. You want to do a little shield pressure, just don't even bother. Just grab them. Just grab Bowser, because they want to up B out of shield. And if they get one up B out of shield and then one read, like, is damage, right? So you can actually get fucked up by Bowser. Ultimately, no matter what character you play, right? Even if you queue in and you're like, okay, I'm supposed to beat Bowser, just that knowledge of knowing, like, I should win this, that can get in your head, dude. It happens to me all the time. Y'all just saw it happen to me versus a Game & Watch, right? Where I should just roll over the character, but that's pressure on you to beat the Bowser, because the Bowser, they're playing a game they can't lose. Because if they lose, it's like, whatever. They picked Bowser. They're playing Bowser. If they win, it's like, ha ha ha, I just beat you with Bowser. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So I'm going to put Bowser here. I'm also just going to put Game & Watch here. Although I think Game & Watch is better. I think Game & Watch is actually a really good character. Not really good, but can kill the shit out of Spaceys. Right? Is that what is our Spaceys glass cannons? Is it supposed to be like that? Yeah. Yeah. But it hurts when you're on the other side of it. Okay. I'm going to put them bottomless pit. Falcon's honestly fun. Fun to play with a Falcon on unranked. Especially the better they are, the more fun. I think that's true with everybody, right? The better they are, the more fun, as long as their version of better doesn't include, you know, being degenerate and running away the whole time. As long as their version of better is somewhat interactive, I like playing the better player that I can. Falcons are a good time. They're here to send it. They're here to send it. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. But at the end of the day, you know, I think a lot of people that play Falcon, you know, rock and roll. Shout out to the Wizzies of the world and the Ding Hings and the you know, or tech chase with the grabs. You know, I understand. You guys are just trying to win. You're trying to practice your reaction time on Unranked. I appreciate it. You know how else you could practice a reaction time? You could take your penis out of your pants and get a knife and hold it about here and drop it and get out the way.
Do not try this at home.
You know what I mean? That's another great way to practice your reaction time. Better than probably going on Unranked and trying to tech chase. So you could always do that instead of, you know, down throw tech chasing on Unranked for practice. That's just my truth. Shout out to the Falcons, though. I'd say the majority of them are really fun to play on Unranked. DKs I've actually grown to think DK is actually pretty fun. It's another matchup like almost here where it's like, oh, damn, bro, like I'm supposed to win this. But I think people are realizing more and more that the DK renaissance is here and that these DKs are not playing around. And Akir beat HBox. And fun fact, I commentated this.
Yeah,
oh,
so
there I am. Oh, wow,
having
Titus
this
commentator.
match,
Look, you know how I
we are
know I give a
very
fuck about commentating? I put on a shirt with buttons. Okay?
excited to be seeing
So I
some
commentated this
Xbox
motherfucker.
D
This isn't the one where he won, right?
One of the lightest characters in the game. DK
and it went game 5, right? The first time I watched this set, it went game 5, and I just knew that DK could do it, or that Akir could do it, right? Unfortunately, Akir loses this set. You know what I mean? But the DKs are out here proving that, like, I don't ever want to hear like, oh, but he plays DK. I don't want to ever hear anybody saying like, oh, the character's not that good, because now that the character has beat HBox among many, many other players, you got Junebug, Ringler, and Akir are the main ones that I'm aware of that are out there killing it. I know there's more, like Quang and like you know what I mean? There's a Twitter DK out there too. The DKs are doing it. No longer can they be like, oh, DK's bad. Okay. So when I run into DK, I don't really have the same energy of like bottomless pit, where I want them in a bottomless pit. I have the energy of like, you know, let's game, dude, because I gotta get on the DK. I gotta get on. Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario, dude. Where's Forox at? You guys know Forox had I think the second most tournament sets played in like 2021, second only to BBB, Bobby Big Balls 19. I think Forox is like one of the most prolific grinders, and he's a Dr. Mario player. It's also, of course, Doc Lee. I think Doc can be fun. I think I'm gonna put Doc in fun tier. I'll play with a Doc for a bit, but it can be very punishing. It can be very punishing if you're a fast follower like me. Falco, I'm gonna put in fun. I think generally when I run into Falcos, it could be fun, but don't think that there isn't a bottomless pit caveat. Okay, don't think that there isn't a bottomless pit caveat for Falco, because as we saw that PPMD fanboy player on Twitter against the Samus, maybe I'll pull the clip up right here. Yeah, there's piece of shit Falcos too. They're out there, dude. There's evil, conniving, under the platform laser Falcos that want to back throw F smash you and do all sorts of stuff like that. Really grab heavy Falcos make me think of that. And but I'd say the majority of the time I run into a Falco, we have some fun. All right. But yes, being one of the most popular characters in the game, maybe the most popular character, first or second, probably Fox is first. There's of course going to be some bad eggs, right? You're gonna have some bad eggs, and that's fine. All right. Who do we have next? Ganondorf. Cheers. I almost want to put Ganondorf in a bottomless pit. Actually, I think Insane stay away from me, but I think they can be fun because you get to like combo the hell out of them. But I think personally, I'm on an Insane stay away from me tip with Ganon. But I also think the Ganon community has they've been through enough lately, dude. The Ganon community is kind of getting shitted on, and it's only the fault of certain Ganon players. I know some chill Ganondorfs, okay? Living sucks. You guys ever play with him? It's a pleasure, okay? The dude is sick movement. He's a gamer. He's here to game, okay? So that, I'd say LS, you know, fun. Tiger Lotus, we've never played. I don't know. But I've also played Mech. I've also played Mech on Ranked, and let me tell you, Mech's Ganondorf belongs in a bottomless pit. And does it perform very well? Is it very good? Yes, but I would be lying if I said that Mech did not spend, you know, a good portion of the match hanging out on the ledge. And I think Mech's Ganon belongs in a bottomless pit. I think that when he missed that Falcon Punch on Joey, I think when he missed the Falcon Punch on Joey, Lucky in that one set, I forgot what tournament it was. I think that was his Joker moment, dude.
Accidental. No! There's no DI! What are you doing? What are you doing, Beck?
And that's why he plays bottomless pit Ganondorf. Do I think all unranked Ganondorfs are bottomless pit? No, just Mech. Shout out to Mech though. Nothing against him. Just his Ganon is bottomless pit. I'd say Ganons are fun. Honestly, I think playing with the Ganon is fun. You're gonna get fared. Ice climbers are insane. Stay away from me. I wouldn't quite put them in a bottomless pit because the character is somewhat good. But I don't like it, dude. I do not like Ice Climbers players. For the record, though, Ice Climbers players, if you're so inclined to play with an Ice Climbers player, I don't think I've ever met like a raging Ices or a taunting Ices or, you know, a lolling Ices on Unranked. I think they're all a good time. So I think like for me, I'm gonna say insane, stay away from me. But really, Ice Climbers players are pretty chill, I'd say, and I'd say that that's because the reason Ice Climbers players are chill and they're not like at your throat with taunts or you know all of that is because they pretty much have to beg people to play with them. They're pretty oh please don't quit out, please don't one and done, please give me a best of 3. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'm the only one that doesn't enjoy playing against the Ice Climbers. So I feel like they have a hard time making it through entire games of Melee on Unranked because on Unranked, you know, there's no stakes. You can just leave. You could just leave. And I do it all the time. Sometimes, I don't want, what am I doing here? What am I doing? This is not the Melee I want to play right now. If I wanted to play like this, I'd go Unranked and get sweat on, but it's not what I want to do right now. So Ice Climbers, I'd say, are actually pretty good natured. Pretty good natured. And I'm going to put them in fun, actually, because I think I want to look at the, you know, archetype of the player. And I think I got to give the Ice Climbers players more credit for being super chill. Puff players belong in a bottomless pit for the way that they conduct themselves on Unranked. I'd say a lot of the times they could be fun, but I find that I honestly find that Puff players are also the cuntiest. And I don't mean it in a way of like serving cunt, but I think a lot of Puff players, I don't know if it's because of the H fam. I don't know if it's because they drank the Kool-Aid of the H fam and the Hungy Box elites have gotten to them, which have caused them to behave in a way that is largely cringe. And I'm not saying, again, no all Puffs, but I think the average Puff player, like they think they're Conan the fucking Barbarian with a sword fighting against a horde of skeletons. And anybody who doesn't play Puff is lame. And they're the main character and the hero for playing Jigglypuff. And they want a lot of credit and they will remind you how light the character is. But if you run into them on Unranked, I'll find that they like to taunt, dude. They like to up their rest and taunt and act like they did something. And it's just not the most fun on Unranked. I think I actually, when I like playing Puff, I always enjoy playing a Puff with stakes. On Ranked, I love seeing a Jigglypuff because I'm like, okay, I know I'm pretty good at this matchup. I am the Khalid beater. I know I'm pretty good at the matchup. I played 2 Puffs today. I won both sets. I'm fine with it. I like seeing it on Ranked. And Ranked, I'm here. Fun. Okay, I like Ranked. I like Ranked Puff. But Unranked Puff is bottomless pit, as I just don't want to do it. And I'll probably play one game and leave. You know what I mean? Because when it comes down to it, a lot of Puff's goals is to just hoe you out, right? Like that's their core conceit of their gameplay is to hoe your ass out. And I don't really love getting hoed out as a spacey. So I'm gonna put them in bottomless pit for Unranked because I think playing against someone trying to hoe you out in Ranked is fun and exciting and there's tension and like, oh my god, am I gonna lose? And you gotta really play around it and it feels good to play around it and it's triumphant when you win. That's why I think fighting Puff in Ranked is a lot of fun, but fighting Puff on Unranked is for the birds, dude. Kirby's they're not quite bottomless pit, but they're insane. Stay away from me. They're insane. Stay away from me because the Kirby, I don't know. He's just too cute to put in the bottomless pit. I think he's almost bottomless pit, but I have to give him insane. Stay away from me because just look at him. You know what I mean? Look at him. Again, 9 times out of 10, a Kirby player is just a really good player hopping on Kirby to handle some business. They're letting it out. They're having fun. They're getting through childhood trauma by beating people with Kirby on Unranked. And it's the thing about these characters, like Game & Watch, Bowser, Kirby, is like there's such a sense of superiority that I feel like that these people have because they're playing the janky characters, where if they beat you with it, it's like a feat. You know what I mean? And I think the tide on that is shifting. The more people play Melee, the more accessible Melee is, the more people are playing Slippy and like realizing these things. I think we're growing past like, oh, it's a low tier. If you win, you're a god. You know what I mean? Like Roy, like we see what Zane's Roy does. You know what I mean? And that's a low tier, right? Let's do Link. I think Links are. I'm really good at this matchup too. I've beaten Umber and Weeza. J Pilgrim's pretty good too. He's beaten like Forok, some good players. I've beaten some Links. Okay, I think it's a fun matchup. I think it can be insane. Stay away from me though if they're too run away with bombs. But I think it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun, easy matchup. Luigi's, they're not quite bottomless pit, but they are insane. Stay away from me. They are insane. Stay away from me. That's what I'll say. They're and the thing about the Falco Luigi matchup is it's the one matchup where I do think it is like you see that PPMD fanboy Falco that was fighting. I keep bringing them up, but sorry, their camping is so iconic that we have to keep bringing them up. Not in a good way, but I think this is the one matchup that I can think of where shooting that many lasers and like staying away from them is actually a really good strategy. What that Falco was doing against the Samus, I don't think is a good way to beat Samus. I think Samus, you want to keep them kind of at arm's length, but not whole stage length. I don't think it's good to do that because I think Samus's projectiles can fuck on you pretty hard if you try and play long range versus a Samus with two different kinds of missiles and a charge shot. I don't think it always goes well. I think you want to bait Samus's, down smashes and up B's out of shield and then go from there. So I don't even think lasering the hell out of them is a good idea. But lasering the hell out of a Luigi is actually, I think, a good idea. And for that, I put it insane. Stay away from me because one, Luigi players are crazy. They can be really fun if I'm playing like a Waveland Master or Mad Tyro, but goddamn, dude, Luigi will just jug your ass. If you're a Falco, you'll just get put in a ditch, dude. You'll be in the trunk. In the beginning of the movie Goodfellas, and a Joe Pesci ass Luigi cosplayer is going to be standing over you with a kitchen knife, and it's not going to be pretty. So yeah, the Luigis can stay away from me, dude. I will play them though. I don't think it's the end of the world. Mario's are fun. Mario's are fun and they're sick. I think Mario's a sick ass character, and I love him. And if you lose to Mario, like they're better. They're just better. Marth, I think, is a lot of fun. I love fighting Marths. It's my favorite matchup, actually. Still to this day. Yeah, Marth, I think, is yes, he can be very, very oppressive. He could be very mean. Feeling to get hit by some crazy, up throw, up air, up air, up tilt, up air, up tilt, up throw, up air, up tilt, up tilt, up air, up throw, forward smash, tipper. You know what I mean? Yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, he's just so fun to combo. I feel like a lot of Marth players are down to game too, because I think they know what a lot of people. Because I'd say generally, out of all the characters, Marth is the character that gets the most hate, right? And I think a lot of it is because a lot of the player base is spaceys, and Marth, if you don't know what you're doing, can really poop on a spacey. Can really just eliminate a spacey from the field. Send the spaceys to the graveyard and then draw 2 cards. Okay, Marth can really do that to spaceys for sure. But you can also light Marth up, and Marth is also like I'd say his recovery is super overrated. I think Marth is so easy to kill. And you can murder Marth, dude. Murder Marth. It's a movement. You could really do it, dude. You can end the Marths so easily. Just because of the way their recovery works, it's like if you get them in this kind of corner of the stage, there's not much they can do. You just Marth killer all today. Yeah, I think Marths are fun. I think they usually stick around. I think my ideal opponent when I boot up Unranked is a Marth, honestly. Because they're not there. I don't even think they're as tryhard as the Foxes. Mewtwo. I'm gonna say insane. Stay away from me. Mewtwo's are insane. Stay away from me. They're not bottomless pit. I don't hate them. But they're another kind of. They're almost like a Bowser, a Game & Watch, a Mewtwo. Where if someone beats you with the Mewtwo, you know Tora. Shout out Tora. Sick Mewtwo. But what was that tweet he did where he was like, "What if you entered a fight with 100 people and you got ninth, and they all had swords and you only had your fist?" And it's again that kind of low tier, like, "Oh, I'm so sick for picking the low tier." You know what I mean? So there's a bit of that, but I wouldn't say it's as much as the Game& Watch and Bowser. I'd also say Mewtwo is just straight up cooler than them. I'd say Mewtwo is actually somewhat of an interesting character. I'd actually put him here, top of Insane Stay Away From Me, but in the nicest way, because I think Mewtwo is actually pretty cool. I think Mewtwo's a cool, neat character. Ness is Ness is Ness is Insane Stay Away From Me too. He's not quite Bottomless Pit. He's not quite Bottomless Pit because Ness is does a lot of it come down to spacing back air. Ness is kind of like Zelda, the low tier, where it's like, they're supposed to be bad, but their one move that they can space with is just really good, like Zeldas who will just, do lightning kicks out of shields. That's great. That's great. But Nesses also do have some cool, I'd almost put Ness here, but they also have some cool dark magic. I'd say Nesses have dark magic because I got hit by some crazy shit where I went to down air on an S, and he had like some crazy glitch tech where his up B2, where he hits himself with the up B, and then he has a really strong hitbox. He had that just on him. So if I jumped on him, I got hit by that, and it was called, I don't know, a Thunder Vest or some crazy name that I'm sure the NES Smashboards community came up with in 2007. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That's the only reason I'll give NES above Bottomless Pit. Otherwise, NES, I mean, I don't really want to play NES. Peach is for your own good, because I think this can be a really frustrating and hard matchup, but you should play every Peach that you run into because there's tons of Peaches, and they're really good. And to be fair, Peaches are, I won't quite say it's fun and I get excited, but I will play every Peach I run into because it's great practice. You need to play Peaches. And Peaches are doing stuff. I won't lie. I won't lie. Some Peaches, the way they play is actually really technical and really interesting. And I'll give them that. And I can't quite say it's fun because at the end of the day, a lot of the times it just feels like a one player game when you're getting beat up by a Peach, and they have their little combo flow chart, and it seems like it takes forever, but you know how it's gonna end. You're gonna get nared off stage while they float around. Cool stuff. Turnips are annoying. Blah blah. Character can be annoying, but I won't say insane stay away from me because you really should play Peaches that you run into on Unranked for your own good. Pichu. Again, probably the king of if I beat you with Pichu, I'm the greatest, So I'm going to put Pichu's in Bottomless Pit, even above Game & Watches. I think Pichus are the ultimate Bottomless Pit character. And yeah. Don't love a Pichu. Pikachus are fun to play with. I took Ralph to Game 3 last hit, last stock, who I think he's like 30 something in the world. He's really good. I had a really great set with Ralph, and I'm happy because that kind of secured in my head that I know how to play the matchup, at least somewhat. Almost taking a set off Ralph. Yeah, Pichu, I mean, he's a Gimp Lord, and that's really all he can do. It's not his fault. He's only so strong. But yeah, Pikachu, good time. Definitely don't mind playing a Pikachu. But pop over here. Let's do Roy. I think Roy is insane. Actually, I almost want to say Roy is Bottomless Pit just because of Zane. Just because of Zane, but I'm gonna put Roy in insane. Stay away from me. Roy's again, how do they want to kill you? They want to get a tech chase and a forward smash. Anything into a forward smash is what they want. Unless you're Puff, and then they want to kill you at 0 with some crazy reverse up B, which I actually think is really cool. Yeah, Roy is he's just on a bean. He's on a bean. I don't like it. It's not the bean I want to be on. Samus players, for your own good. I think you should play every Samus player you run into. I've started doing it, but because you need to gear yourself up for these insane Samuses. You really do. You really do. And there's enough of them out there that you really need to be gearing yourself up for this matchup. And I don't think it's the worst matchup in the world at times. I think some people can play it lamer than others. It can be frustrating. It's definitely the most boring out of all these matchups. I'd say Samus could be a really boring matchup because you're just waiting for them to get back to the stage, and you're just like, you got Jeopardy music on, and you're just like, when are they going to come back? And then what are you going to do? You're gonna either they're going to fair on stage and you're going to crouch cancel down smash it, or you're going to try and get out of the way of their aerial that they come back on stage with and get a grab. You know what I mean? It's just not the most fun. and it's really like walking on eggshells. And I don't love it, but I will play every Samus that I run into. Sheik. Sheik's a tryhard. I feel like she doesn't look fun. Like how I do not think that people play Sheik because she's fun. I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that people play Sheik because she's fun. I think they play her because she's very, very her win condition is very simple and can be very simple, and it's good and it's very consistent. I can't say I ever have fun playing a Sheik. I think the way that you combo Sheik, just her weight, I don't know what it is, but I feel like every combo I do to Sheik is pretty similar. Like I'll try and do, a little edge cancel, this and that. But at the end of the day, like Sheik is just the most tryhard character. I would say Sheik and Fox. At least Fox is like, I can pick up Fox and play with them and move around with them and be like, oh, okay, I see why this is fun. Okay, I get it. This is I'm super Falco on ice. Sheik, no bueno, dude. They want to, down throw tech chase, yawn. I'm falling asleep, trying to get out. Maybe I do a little SDI up on their jab and I'm out. I'm free. Yeah, it's just I don't love running into Sheiks on unranked. I'll still do it though. I'll still do it for my own good. I'll do it for my own good. Again, these tryhard characters, like running into them is so good for you, right? It's so good to practice against these characters because there's hella Sheiks, hella Foxes, and you should always play them if you run into them on unranked. I stand by that. But do I find it quote unquote fun? Not that much. Not that much. Yoshi. Yoshi is a for your own good. It's a for your own good. I don't think it's a fun matchup for me personally. I kind of hate it. I hate Yoshi. I think Yoshi is my least favorite design character in the game. I'd love to talk to Sakurai and maybe get a little hit of what he was smoking when he introduced this armor having character into the game. I hate armor. I hate everything about it. I hate parry. I hate everything about it. I really wish there was a better visual indicator for when I can hit Yoshi and when I can't hit Yoshi. Because as it stands, I don't think there is a visual indicator, or not a very good one. I wish there was something a little more obvious so that I knew when I could hit the Yoshi and when I could not. Yeah. So I'm gonna put Yoshi, and you should play them for your own good, and I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Basically, all of these top three, like anytime you run into them, I feel like you should play them. These ones I'd say are like the most try hard. These ones are probably the most fun to play with, and then these ones are the ones that you should still play for your own good. These characters, like if you're one and done in these guys, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you because I'll probably do it too. Next up, Young Link. This might be controversial, but Young Link's going in the bottomless pit. Okay, I would, if there was a Young Link right in front of me, and he was standing with his back to a bottomless pit, I'd be like, what game are you from? Are you from Ocarina of Time, or are you from Super Smash Brothers Melee? And before he could say Super Smash Brothers, I'm kicking him into the pit, dude. I hate this character. This character's not fun to play against, dude. Not controversial? What's up, Cake Man? Kira, Tiger, hello. You guys don't think it's controversial? I'm glad. I'm glad because Young Links belong in the bottomless pit. And I'm sorry, Arrow or Rocket or whoever you are, Young Links out there. I know you're good. I know he's probably hard. He looks hard. You guys are doing some neat stuff, but you still belong in the bottomless pit. You still belong there because it's a nightmare, dude. You're so fast. You have projectiles. I can't touch you. And when I do, yeah, I get a good combo, but then you're doing your tether recovery, which is annoying enough to edge guard. So Young Link, I'm gonna put you in the bottomless pit, and I'm not gonna feel that bad about it. Next up is Zelda. I'm gonna put Zelda in insane. Stay away from me. Zelda is, really, really easy to beat. She really relies on, of course, her what do you call it? Fair bear lightning kick. It's so strong. And if you're say you're not me, who am I? I've played against Pine Online a lot. I've played a lot against Zelda. I know what their goals are. I know what the goals of a Zelda are, and it's to have their shield around them. Here's their shield. I don't know how related, because I've learned recently, and the reason why I start grabbing Sheik more is I recently learned that Sheik's shield is like amazing. So if that's true, it stands to reason that Zelda's shield is probably amazing. Maybe that's not true. But if they have a similar shield, then Zelda's shield is amazing. And if you touch it wrong, you're going to get back aired out of shield. And it's going to hurt. It's going to do like 26%. I don't know how much percent. Let's find out. Going to do 20 to 10% base damage. 20 to 10. So I guess that's with staling. So 20 to 10 is the range. So you're gonna get hit for 20. And then the next time you get hit for 20 or maybe 18 because of staling, it's gonna hurt even more, dude. What's the better one? Forward air or back air? I've actually never thought about that. Forward air lasts longer. When does it start up? Frames landing leg, 18, both the same. Auto cancel leg, the same. Won't auto cancel frames. Okay, active frames. Wait, how many frames is this active? 1, 2, 3, 8 to 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're both active for 4 frames. The back air is better. Back air starts quicker. Didn't know that. So yeah, watch out for Zelda back air. It's painful to get hit by, and you will get hit and you will lose. And then you'll feel dumb because you lost them. So yeah, this is my list. Good list, I think. Ultimately, all these characters, there's fun people to play against that play Sheik. There's fun people to play against that play Pichu. I'm sure. I haven't met one, but I'm sure they're out there. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Shout out to the pod. Like and subscribe, all of that. I guess I gotta say now as we're doing this, and we'll be back. We'll be back maybe with some more tier lists and maybe a big house preview soon. But yeah, there we go. Peace.